And that's how I discovered crystal meth.
Cool.
Hello, I'm Ivy, and this is Pidge, the pigeon. This is our review of Unicorn Store. Now, how do you want to start this? I think we should start by talking about Samuel L. Jackson.
He's amazing.
I didn't think so.
He's amazing in a lot of films. I don't think it really suited him in this one, but his hair was cool.
His hair was cool, but really the way that he portrayed, and I want your personal opinion, because my personal opinion is, he did not do a good job in this movie.
He really didn't.
I have to say that this film, the way that it starts out with her painting and everything, I think that was good, but it has a pacing problem.
Yeah. To be honest, at the beginning, I kind of thought it was going to go into gay territory.
I thought that throughout the whole film. It's got a rainbow at the start. It's about a unicorn. It's called Unicorn Store. It very much sounds like something to be gay. LGBTQ plus, you know. And then I thought I was going to cringe halfway through it when the actual unicorn shows up.
I did cringe.
It
was more of a sad cringe.
It was dirty.
Yeah.
The horse that they paid and they like painted pink was dirty. And honestly, I'm gonna say it wasn't a good film.
It honestly, it wasn't good in most aspects, but some actually were.
No, it was not a good film. This was not a good film.
Jesus.
You can't say that this was a good film. I've watched it 3 times now, and I've realized that it's crap. The first time you're watching it, it's like, oh, I should draw like a child again, and then you do. The second time rewatching it, it's like, alright, this is kind of boring, and the third time you realize that it's crap, and that it's meant to like, be for no one. I think it's supposed to hit one specific person. That person who's sitting on their parents' couch after dropping out of art school because they thought drawing stick figures was a job. It's not a good film.
Yeah, that's true. But I liked some the colors, the glitter and stuff. That was vaguely interesting.
I think the part of the film that I liked was her finding herself.
Yeah, that was.
Her becoming herself. But there's so many other films that are better than this film that portray that.
Literally, Attack on Titan, perfect example. No, it's not.
All right, we're not stepping into that territory today. But what we don't touch me, we're having a debut. Now, it was not a good film, and it's not any of the actors' faults. It's the writing.
Yeah, the writing was poor.
And the pacing and the directing.
The actors did the best with what they had. They had to follow what they were told.
And it's just 1 minute, okay, you open it up, she's painting this beautiful like painting of a unicorn, and then she gets kicked out of art school.
That job kind of seemed bad, because one bad grade, you probably wouldn't get kicked out of an entire school.
Yeah, there should have been some sort of montage or something like that showing the progression of this teacher not liking her. She says it later in the film that the teacher didn't like her.
Yeah.
Show that. Don't tell. Show us that. Then she's sitting there watching television, and I would have rather watched those ads that popped up on the television clearly made for that show, clearly made for this movie.
I would have rather them to the movie too.
They were funny. They were genuinely funny. I actually, third time watching it, rewatched those ads like 3 times. Because they're so funny.
It's the only real humorous part in the entire film.
And I came across it, and it was in the comedy section. It was in the comedy. Yeah. That's the funniest part about it, and it's not funny.
Hey, at least they didn't put it in romance, because that was garbage.
I don't know. I think it had the great setup to be a great romance film.
Yeah, it had the setup.
If they took out the comedy element, if they took out the unicorn element...
They tried to put too much in it.
And they just had her trying to find herself again in art, something that she loves. She clearly loves that, and she wants to build her childhood playhouse again. You have that setup going through. She meets this guy, because the one guy can't handle her. He's like, oh, well, I don't know what I'm doing. And then they grow together, and the end of the film is them decorating the playhouse and having a good
That
time.
would have been an amazing thing.
It would have been a great film. I don't think it would have been a good film. I don't think it would have been a bad film. I think it would have been an okay
It would
film.
have been like a 5.
Yeah, no. See, we'll get into it when we do our review of The Incredible Hulk. But that movie's a 5. This movie is a 3. The movie that would have came from everything like that we just spoke of, that would have been a 4. This movie did have one great thing that I love that I actually want to see. I want a sequel to this called The Store, called whatever, about that lady that comes in.
The lady at the end.
The lady at the end was the best part about it.
She clearly, unlike Kit, she needed the unicorn. She didn't just want it.
Oh, yeah, that's her name. Couldn't remember her name. I can't even remember Samuel L. Jackson's name in it.
I don't think he had a name.
Yeah, I thought he did. Didn't they say it while they were eating ice cream? Which has been played to death. The whole thing of you come to a place and it's specifically designed for you, and it slowly but surely changes for another person that needs you. That's been played to death. Show us something unique. Show us something so good and great. It's
like one of those tropes that people think it won't get old. It gets old. It gets old so fast.
Yep. So, final thoughts.
It could have used a lot of work, but it entertained me for a couple hours. It just...
What's your rating? 1 to 10.
4.
4? I strongly give this movie a 3. I give this movie a 3 because it feels rushed in production. It feels like the writing took 17 years by a toddler. And I feel like it's just a bad film.
That's fair.
I'm Ivy.
I'm Pidge.
The bird. We'll see you later.
Yeah.